Good morning. This is Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. I'm back in the Smokies, obviously, and I have just started the Husky Gap Trail. So I'm going to hook from Husky Gap to the Sugarland Trail, and then I'm heading up to Mount Collins to stay the night. I have my friend Kim with me, and yeah, it's a beautiful day. The forecast says no rain. But as we know from previous trips, even though it says no rain, I have yet to have a backpacking trip where it has not rained. So we'll see. This might be my first. Love the fall. All the leaves are pretty much off the trees here, but it's beautiful. It's going to be, I think the highs down low are going to be in the low 60s. And our lows camping each night are going to be in the low 40s, so it's actually perfect weather. So we're real excited. I'll show you the trail. We have made it to our first junction at 1.8 miles. We are going up the Appalachian Trail. We're going to stay at Mount Collins, which is, the sign says 8.9, but I think it'll be like at 8.6 up the way. And I think it's going to be a pretty steady climb. It has been so far, so that's where we're going. That sign up ahead is a burn sign. This is the burn area from the 2016 fires, and we've seen some of that. We're just taking a little bit of a break. It's been a pretty steady uphill climb. It's not hard, it's just steady. So every so often you stop and take a break, get my breath. It's been a beautiful trail, as you can see behind me. That's going on. I've just turned around, but it goes up that way. And it's been real pretty. Of course, as you can tell, all the leaves are gone. And it hasn't been that hard. I think we're at almost 3 miles, I guess. It hasn't been hard, but with 30 pounds on your back, we're just taking our time. We'll probably, I think it's a little after 11 right now. And so we'll stop for lunch here in about another mile or so. And the sun is shining, you know, because, well, partly because the leaves are off the tree, but also because this is a burned area. There's more open spaces for sun, and it's pretty warm today, so that kind of makes it a little slower for me, but now that I've gone into the shade, it's like, oh, it feels so great. I've got my second wind. I can get going. So we're moving right along. I am not a fan of hiking in exposed sun unless I get views like this. Then I'm a fangirl. I mean, the views have been amazing on this trail. Now, granted, all the leaves are off for the season, but they have been absolutely amazing. And I'm going to venture to say that that's the chimney tops directly ahead of me. I took a great photo of Mount LeConte. I don't think I took any video, which is crazy, but that has got to be cliff tops. I mean, chimney tops. I'll try to get a clearer picture for a photo of that as well. But the trail has been steady uphill the first 4 miles, and that's including the Husky Gap trail. And then it evened out, and even now I'm going slightly downhill. So it's not a bad trail at all. I just didn't expect all the sun and the warmer temperatures, so I'm kind of taking my time, and Kim is behind me. She's doing very well, especially for the first time backpacking with 30 pounds on her back, or I'm assuming that's what she has. So she's taking frequent breaks, which I think is an excellent idea. We have adjusted her pack a couple times so that she knows what each adjustment feels like. It's super important to remember that all of the different belts and pulls that you have on your backpack, because all of them actually work in conjunction to make the best fit for you. So we've adjusted a couple times, and she knows how to do that herself. So she told me to go on, and I think she's just trying to figure it out solo for herself, which she's probably, I'd say, less than a quarter mile behind me. So we're going to meet again at the next junction, which for me is in about 0.6 miles. And I'm just going to kick back and relax there and kind of study the next maybe 4.6 miles is what we'll have left. And then we'll probably try to do that together. And yeah, so we're cruising on. It's probably 1:30 maybe in the afternoon, so we have plenty of time. Oh, and this side has opened up again. See if I can get some really good views here. Looks like that's Gatlinburg down in the distance. I love ridge walking. Gorgeous views on either side. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, that you might be able to see better to be Klingman's Dome. Super, super cool. What's super cool is that that's on one side and Mount LeConte is on the other side. It's cliff tops to the left, and then I think that's called West Point, the top little peak, and then Myrtle Point. Oh goodness, and then I kind of missed this little valley here. Oh goodness, there's Gatlinburg. Let's try to zoom in. Okay, so there is I can't remember the name of that condo that you always pass on your way up to the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. I'll put the name of that condo on the screen. And then yeah, that's Gatlinburg, and then off in the distance there is Pigeon Forge. Oh, it's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, I have come to my next junction. We will continue up Sugarland Mountain to not quite the Appalachian Trail. Mount Collins is about 0.2 to 0.3 away, so about 4.5 miles, excuse me. Here's the view. I'm gonna sit down and take a break while Kim comes up behind me, and that's the view off to my right, and then here's the view off to my left. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is Newfound Gap. Let me try to zoom in on that a little bit. You might see the shining of the cars. So that kind of gives you an idea of where we are. And yeah, that's got to be Chimney Tops. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm sure that's LeConte. So anyway, I'm gonna take a break. I am in my tent at Mount Collins Shelter. It's probably about 8:30 at night. We got in, set up tents, ate, and then I came in here to get cleaned up and put on some night clothes. Had a little bit of an accident, as you can tell. I haven't really looked at it very well until I just put this camera on me, but I had my night lamp, my headlamp around my neck, and I missed a branch. So, but it's fine. I mean, it doesn't even hurt. So, today was a big day. 10.6 or 8 miles. I can't remember which. All uphill, but it was a steady uphill. So there wasn't any like really steep places, but after 10 miles of uphill, you're pretty much done for the day. It was a great day. It's a beautiful trail. I would definitely hike this in the winter months when the leaves are off the trees. I can imagine that you get more socked in during the summer months. And I'm sure it's overgrown in some areas. There were a few blowdowns to contend with, but not too bad. But the views along the ridge were just amazing on both sides. I hope that half of my pictures turned out. So yeah, that's the way I would suggest it. You could always hike downhill on this Sugarland trail, but you have to hike either from Newfound Gap or from Clingman's Dome. And we're getting so many more trails this way. So I think it was worth it. I think after a good night's sleep, we'll probably decide that it's worth it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.